If you're a coconut lover like me, then you are going to love these coconut macaroons. In it, I swapped traditional sweetened condensed milk with a cooked down coconut syrup that really ups the coconut flavor and also makes these iconic sticky cookies completely dairy-free. And if you're new here, I'm Maggie. This is No Frills Kitchen, where I teach you how to cook with confidence with nothing fancy required. We'll start with making the coconut syrup that acts as a replacement for the more traditional sweetened condensed milk used in macaroons. To make the syrup, combine a standard-sized can of full-fat coconut milk with half of its weight in white sugar in a small saucepan. I also like to scrape the seeds from a vanilla pod and add it to the coconut milk, but this isn't necessary. You can use vanilla extract or paste when mixing the cookies later if you prefer. Just make sure to check what kind of alcohol the base of the extract is if you're trying to make these kosher for Passover. Set the pot over medium heat and stir constantly to dissolve the sugar and bring it up to a gentle simmer. Allow the mixture to simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes, just until it's thick and syrupy in consistency and the liquid has reduced by about 1/3. You can stir occasionally, but it's not necessary to constantly stir the mixture. Then let the syrup cool to room temperature. Note that it will look gray rather than white. Don't panic, this is normal. This is the most time-consuming part of the recipe, but the good news is that you can make the syrup several days in advance to making the cookies. Just keep it in an airtight container in the fridge. Meanwhile, go ahead and toast your coconut. I call for unsweetened shredded coconut in this recipe because the syrup is plenty sweet as it is, and there is no need to add extra sugar. Spread the coconut over a baking tray and move it to a 180°C 350F oven for 4 to 5 minutes or until very golden. Make sure to keep a keen eye on it. Coconut can go from toasty and golden to burnt in a flash. Once your coconut is toasted and the syrup is cooled, add both of them to a large mixing bowl. If you didn't care to use the whole vanilla pod, this is also the time to add in vanilla extract or paste. Then stir everything to combine. In a smaller bowl, or the bowl of a stand mixer fitted with the whisk attachment, add some egg whites and a pinch of salt. Whip the egg whites to soft peaks. It's easiest to use some sort of electric mixer to do this, but it's also possible to do it with a whisk and some stamina. Gently fold the egg whites into the coconut mixture and then stir until just combined. Then, using a cookie scoop or a spoon, portion out 16 equal balls onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Bake the cookies for about 15 to 20 minutes or until they're golden and crisp on the outside but retain a very spongy texture when prodded. Let them cool on the sheet for a few minutes before transferring to a wire rack and cooling completely. Serve the cookies right away, or note that they will keep well at room temperature for several days. And if you liked this recipe, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next videos. Enjoy!